Right, we are now joined by one of the most talked about coaches in the sport today on the back of the disqualification of Petr Yan against Aljamain Sterling. It is John Hutchinson, the head boxing coach of Tiger Muay Thai, a man who has become a part of the furniture in the camps of Petr Yan, Rafael Fiziev, and Mohamed Mokayev recently. John, thank you so much for joining us today. I know it must have been a mad journey. You've gone from Vegas to Seattle to Tokyo and now finally Thailand. So I really appreciate you joining us today, my friend.
No problem, guys. Pleasure. So it is.
Um, I, I, I guess first question is how do you unpack all of that's happened in the fight? I mean, I thought Piotr looked sensational. I thought he was coasting his way to victory as far as I'm concerned.
Definitely.
And then the knee happens. Like there must be many mixed emotions in Team Yan today.
It's crazy, because as you say, he stuck to a great plan. Peter like to always apply pressure. It was a controlled Peter Yan. We were just going to chip away slowly. We knew Aljamain would come in a rush, trying to make a statement. We believed we would have got the stoppage, third or fourth round, and it was looking that way. The stoppage came the wrong way, but it was just like the heat of the moment got them, and I think there was a bit of a mix-up too because like the referee was explaining him the fingers off the ground or something, so I'm not sure, but it was just heat of the moment and it caught him out by surprise, so it was on a winning route to the win.
Absolutely. No, I thought it was all but done, to be
Yeah, I
honest.
agree.
When he landed the shot, I was like, he's going to finish him in this round or the next round, but he's certainly going to finish him. And I guess there's so much talk of this interaction between the corner. Habib says, someone from Russia says to Yan that the knee is available at that point. Yan looks, acknowledges it, and then knees. Is this true, or are you guys kind of going, we don't know what you're talking about here? Because ESPN have featured this heavily on their broadcasts.
Yeah, so it's like four of us, and we like listen back to and you can hear me at the front. I'm shouting, "Keep the pressure, keep the pressure," and then Panumpa shouting, "Just punch, just punch." But there was something in the back in Russian. I don't know what it is in Russian, and maybe it's got across that way. But Peter didn't even hear that. There's four guys screaming at him, So it is. So I don't think that will play a part. Maybe they did say knee, but I don't know if he's played it. It's just, as I say, it was just like quick reaction and just let go.
I saw the video of that you were speaking about of the corner, and I was wondering, did you know straight away that it was a foul? Because I'd say if you're in the corner and you see Aljo go down and you see this big blow land, you nearly think it's over, right? You think he's probably got the victory.
Yeah.
Did that cross your mind at all
So
when it first happened?
yeah, I thought I got the knockout. I it was coming, and I should yes. I thought like he got the knockout. I didn't see the legal blow, so maybe then it might have whatever they've shouted behind me, but like Joe Rogan or made it that I was shouting it, but I didn't shout that. I was just going yes, like a knockout, that kind of way. So
Is it weird
it
being
came
under
that way,
such
and then
scrutiny?
oh, it's crazy, and even Joe Rogan said, I actually think that guy just he thought it was a knockout or something,
Yeah.
and that's all it was. I don't understand. I picked up a couple of Russian words, but I don't know what knee or anything that means. So I
Or
wouldn't even have picked up on that anyways. It was one of the biggest fights. I was just zoned in. I wasn't concentrating on that. My part is to like focus on the stand up when he's up. When it goes to the ground, I don't shout what to do. Like I let Perumpa or the
Mm.
ground guys take over. When it goes back up, I take over. So that's not my department there. So it's not.
I said to Pete earlier on, John, that I thought it was maybe a little bit irresponsible of Joe Rogan to immediately go on the broadcast and sort of he pointed the finger at you guys in the corner. Are you frustrated with his comments? Because I think it was a very swift sort of reaction to put blame the finger on you guys.
Yeah, you can say what they want. That's their job. They've got to say something. I'll not take nothing away from it. I tell you, the next time we'll go back, we'll make a statement. You know, that was split of the moment. He won't get off the hook. He was begging. He was going away. He wasn't going to survive another round. That
I
was a
agree.
quick exit from. You know, it was like a play game thing from. The hand was up, and anyways, they covered it. If you see the picture close up, he blocked it with his hand. He went and got checked in the hospital. There's nothing wrong with him, you know.
Yeah, a
Did
lot
you
of
think he was? Go ahead. Sorry, no. We're
sorry,
going to ask the same question.
Yeah, I think a lot of fighters, like online, if you look at some of the reaction on Saturday night, I think Darren Till, Henry Cejudo, and TJ Dillashaw sort of pointed the finger at Aljo, and they said, you know, maybe he was looking for a way out. What was your feeling on that whole situation?
Exactly. He was broken. This was a man chasing the biggest fight of his life. You know, this is his world title, the only chance he's going to get. You know, you get beat there, it's a big pecking list before that. You know, it wasn't going his way. He had no answers. Peter's 14 takedown attempts. Peter stopped 13 of them. He was too sharp. He rocked him with power. You know, that was the best Aljamain Sterling you're ever going to see. You know, he was prepared for that fight. That's probably a 70% Peter Yan. You know, we've got to go to a new gym. We had to take new people in our team. We had to go to a new country. He works close with a conditioning coach in Thailand. He didn't like the conditioning in ATT, and he says, look, we just went old school. We done our old school boxing training and sprints and all for it. You know, I believe that made a little part in his fight too. He hadn't got that explosive snap, or, you know, that little bit of... He looked a slightly bit tired, but all in all, it was a great performance. I'll tell you, the next time he meets Aljamain Sterling, he's going to be left sleeping in a bad way this time. There'll be no faking it too.
I wanted to ask John, what is the first thing you all say? You get back in the room, there's all these people, different nationalities. You have Pahumpa from Brazil, yourself from Ireland, and then 3 Russian dudes. What is the communication like when you get back to the room? Are you dejected, having lost the title? Are you guys kind of saying, you know, we were winning this fight, we were about to win this fight? Like, what was the overwhelming sense when you got back to the locker room?
Of course, you know, it hurts, you know, but we knew deep down who the real champion is there, you know. There was no doubt about it what way that fight was going. It's just, it was hurt the way it was. But, you know, Peter is a humble guy. It's like a family, that team, you know, and especially his 2 friends there, you know, Alex and Dennis, you know, they're very close to Peter, you know, even whatever they did say, you know, that's just a little small area, you know, and Peter will get that title back, and, you know, it's always good to go and win another world title, you know, he's coming for it. It's just, as I said, that belt's just on rent it's going to happen in May, this fight. It's going around fast, you know, Dana White wants it straight away, you know.
Did you get guarantees?
So as soon as I was leaving, he said, "Hey, John, I know you're going to quarantine now, but," he goes, "will you come to Russia?" And I said, "I'll go anywhere for you." He goes, "You're my Irish gangster." That's what he said to me. And I said, "I'll see you soon." All right, I said, "Look, come here." I said, "Just take a break from the media and all, spend some time with your family." I says, "And get, you know, May's coming around soon." He goes, we'll get it, you know. So he'll get it. It's going to fall in place. Everything will fall in place for him.
John, you mentioned there about going to Russia. When I was speaking with Soyat, Jan's manager, that was the initial plan, right? If you couldn't go to Thailand, you were going to go to Russia and fly some training partners out there. Is that what you feel will be the case for this next fight? Is there a possibility it could be in Abu Dhabi, which would suit you guys a lot better if it was Abu Dhabi to Russia instead of, you know, Russia to the US?
Abu Dhabi would be perfect for us, but I'm not sure where it's at, because Loma as well in our gym, she's fighting in May, and I remember George telling me that it's good chances in Vegas again, so I have no confirmation on that yet, but Abu Dhabi would be perfect. What I noticed about Peter too, even though we had to go away, when he comes to Thailand, he takes his family, and his little son Daniel, he's got 2 kids now, but the little boy, is glued to him, and his wife's there in the evening cooking for him, and they're a very sport family. A happy fighter is a dangerous fighter. I always say that. When he's in Thailand, he's happy. He's got Saya there and their family and their little kids, and he's got his conditioning coach. He's got that buzz about him. We went to American Top Team. Everything was took away. We had to find new ways. That was just like a little trial test out. But I said to Peter, just get yourself a little break. Go and get yourself some sun, and let's get to work. Even if this quarantine doesn't stop in Thailand, let's go to Russia. His family's there. All his family's around him. You're gonna see a dangerous fighter.
Has it made him even more hungry in some respects? Has it made him more angry and more sort of motivated to get that back straight away?
Of course, and as a team in general, it's like we're getting that belt back. Every one of us, as I say, he's renting the belt. He's just the rent champ at the minute because we're gonna get that belt back. And he will be knocked out the next time. I know Peter inside out. As I say, he looks great. He stuck to the plan. But I know Peter at himself. He could put that man away a lot earlier. And the next time he will. That spark wasn't there. He was just that little bit tired. He hadn't got that snap. He said to me, he goes, "Coach, I could hear you. I could hear you everything. I couldn't let my hands go." He says, "I breathed a bit heavy in this fight." He goes, "Maybe it was acclimatization. Maybe, it's just all new. But I tell you, the next time that won't happen. He'll be coming to hurt him." So,
is it ironic, John, that throughout the lead up to this fight, Aljo was kind of saying that, Petr Yan is a paper champ. He hasn't beaten the guys I've beaten. And now he ends up champion via a blow that he's taken rather than delivered. Is that ironic to you?
it's crazy. He says, "Oh, I don't like to take the belt this way." And 5 minutes later, they're posting photos, partying, and it's crazy. He's paper champ. Petr Yan made, take nothing away from Aljamain Sterling. He's a great, great fighter. Everybody raved about him, how dangerous he is, and this and this. He's going to destroy Petr Yan. Petr Yan made him look like an average fighter. He had nothing. He had no takedown. He outboxed him. One shot, a little sit in his back leg and popped him with a right hand. And he didn't know where he was at. He was on his ass, That scared him the whole fight. And to be fair, he was game. He kept coming. As I say, it was his biggest fight of his life. But that knockout was coming. It was just chipping away at the right time.
I don't know if it's tongue-in-cheek, John, but today Aljamain tweeted a picture of him and Henry Cejudo, and he said, "We can do this next if you want, Dana White." Like that concept of him facing anyone other than Petr Yan is absolutely ridiculous at this point, right?
Yeah, and it's not going to happen. Dana White said that they're going to run that straight away. Dana White knows himself who the real champion is. He can call all he wants. He's going to try everything not to fight Peter. It might even take longer, but for him to be the real champion, the proven side, he has to give the rematch. Everybody knows where that result was going.
John, can I ask you? Some of the stuff Aljo has said today, obviously what Peter just mentioned, the tweet there, and some of the things maybe you said. Is there a bad feeling now, even more so, between the two camps and Peter and Aljo, do you feel?
Probably now, just like a bit of the mouth, a bit of stuff they post after, I tell you, Peter is going to end him the next time. They're going to prove that he'll become a vicious man the next time, and he'll stop Aljamain, and he'll show everybody that he's just a rent champ for a month or two.
I thought his grappling was outstanding. You actually said to me ahead of the fight, John, you said people are going to be very surprised when he gets in grappling exchanges, and he was absolutely sensational. It's a credit to Bahumpa, of course, and the guys who work with him on a daily basis in Tiger Muay Thai over the last 6 years. But I thought it's interesting to see how well he grappled, because today Henry Cejudo said, "I want to come back. I know they're going to do the rematch between Aljo and Petr first, but I feel like I'm going to come back." You must be very confident with Petr against any 135er. But are you confident in that fight? Like Cejudo, a guy who's won championships in 2 different weight classes. How do you feel Petr would get on against him?
I would absolutely love that fight for PD, and I'm close with Marbek and all as well, and he was over in Dagestan in the camp. They're over there wrestling. The guy is swinging, guys 10, 15 kilos heavier around him. He's powerful on the ground, Peter Yan. As I say, he doesn't have to get the show up because he uses his striking a lot. But this guy can mix, and he proved the point at the weekend. And Hanish Cejudo, I'd love to get him because his chin will be tested, and on the ground we can back it up. Any one of them guys, it's a good fight to make.
Some juicy fights.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Like, I think that's the funniest thing about this, John, is, like, I think everybody knows that Petr Yan is the best 135er in the world right now, but they've seen the belt go around someone else's waist. Like, I mean, I think it's even an uncomfortable situation for Aljamain Sterling. Like, I mean, we know how rabid the MMA fan base are. I can't imagine he's getting an easy time from the fans after becoming the champion this way, even though it was kind of out of his hands, I guess.
As I say, the scary thing is that was the best Aljamain Sterling you're going to see, and Peter is going to develop and develop and develop. You ain't seen the best Peter Yan yet, and maybe another fight or two, you're going to see the best of him. He's still not learning. He's still learning to hit stronger, sitting down more. I'm looking forward to next year for Peter Yan, because when he wins that belt, it's not like a guy that goes and like just relaxes for a while. He'll have a week or two with his family, and then he's in the gym. He's learning something new. He's always up to fight. And there's a good time to have for Peter. Even though he lost the belt, it's going to be a lot better times to have for him. It was just a learning lesson for him.
He's already got a big Irish following because he's come on this show a number of times with Soyap. But I mean, this is an even bigger reason. John Hutchinson, the man who's been in his corner ever since his UFC days. I mean, this is not only an incredible story, it's an incredible story for Irish MMA. Like what you've done with Tiger Muay Thai and what you had last year, that unbeaten year. I mean, look at where Yan is now. I mean, it's incredible. Does it feel like it's funnier? It usually happens the other way. Everybody knows about the guy in Ireland, and we're telling the rest of the world. I feel like you're more known in the US, Asia, and these parts of the world now for your coaching work than you are in Ireland. So we want to spread the word as much as possible. But have you noticed more Irish fans jumping on the bandwagon since they know you're involved? The Buncrana banger.
Yeah, I have now. I have many Irish guys that starting to write to me and follow me and all. So I say I was on the. I don't like to post stuff and all. Anyways, I kind of keep to myself. But as I say, I was just kept to myself in Thailand, kept working away, kept the head down, and I wasn't really looking for like all this. But now we're out there, we're getting there. It just seems to be. I don't know how to explain it. It's good. The Irish always support you well, don't they? That's one thing. I know, as you guys just mentioned, Peter Yan's got a massive Irish following base. The amount of videos and snaps I got sent to me, guys in Australia and everywhere in big bars and all, Peter Yan on, it was crazy. It was like McGregor was fighting.
We just have to get that passport now, and we'll be sorted.
Yeah, I guess I was just asking, like, you being around all these fighters all the time, like, you are very much in the fight game. You're one of the big moving pieces of the game in Tiger Muay Thai. I know your schedule is probably cluttered to the point where you couldn't take a fight if you wanted it, but does it give you that itch when you're around all these huge fights and you're constantly putting guys into battles? Do you get that itch yourself to go back and maybe take a fight? And any interest in MMA?
I haven't got the itch to go back and fight no more. At the start I did. I used to battle and fight where I wanted to go back fighting, but now I'm just fully focused on training. Yeah, when I go back to Thailand now, I want to do a bit more training. I want to start working a bit more Muay Thai and K1 and a bit of everything. I want a bit of mix it up. I really got a love for like, not to say I'm going to fight, but it's good, just to like understand it a lot more as well, in MMA. Even though I have a good eye, I can watch it, but it's good to actually get in there and do it yourself as well. So it is.
So what's the schedule like for you now? Are you back on the road? Are you you obviously have 2 weeks in quarantine here? Do you go back to the gym then, and then do you get on another plane and go to Vegas, or what's going on now?
So Mohammed has asked me to go over to Bahrain. I get out on the 23rd and he fights on the 25th. And then he fights on the 1st of April. So I have to organise this week with him. I spoke to his manager over there, Tim Simpson. And, we're going to try and sort something out. But I need to see, I've been away for a few months. I kind of have to get back to Thailand. It's a hard time as well. And then if I go there, it's most likely I'll go straight to Russia. That means I'll be away, by that time, 5 or 6 months, living out of a suitcase. So I need to see, I'll work it out this week, but it's busy. Even though Thailand's quiet now, I've got Loma getting ready. There's a young boxer flew out to meet James Power. He's 5-0, young boy from Cork. I got him a fight, a couple of good fights lined up in Bangkok here, with a good top promotion, with the WBC route. We're going to build him up a bit. So I've kind of got to get back there. My family's there. And, it's hard to be away all the time, but it's really good to have all these options. It's just trying to find that balance,
It's incredible.
No rest for you.
It sounds like an incredible lifestyle. It sounds like you're living in a movie, John. Honest to God, man. It sounds absolutely wild. But we thank you so much for coming on and speaking about this. We know it's a very controversial moment in the sport at the moment. So we really appreciate you coming on and giving us your thoughts, and congrats on your continued success in the sport. You're doing us all very proud over here.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Big shout out to my buddy Brendan. I'm glad to see him fighting again.
Ireland's Brendan Loughnane, isn't that right?
Ireland's own Brendan.
We've claimed him.
Come on, Irish MMA. Thanks very much, John.
Thank you,
Talk
guys.
to you soon.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it,
I'll
buddy.
see you later.
Take care.
Hello, guys. If you want to hear more of The Bash, you can subscribe to us on all our wonderful channels on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and all that other shit.
And click the links below. Click the links below, the notification button. It comes straight to your phone if we've any fresh content. And also hit the subscribe button. It does help. You're some plonker.
It's very serious.